guys, what's up? It's me, Andrea. Today we are going to talk about my experience of meeting the Vampire Diaries cast. Everyone's been wanting a video of me just to talk about it, so I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about my experience. And there's also a giveaway at the end of this video. You guys have to watch the rest of the video to find out how you can win a signed autograph from somebody on Vampire Diaries. We're not even going to talk about the hair, but yes, it's new. But this video is all about Vampire Diaries. First time that I had any kind of interaction with anyone off Vampire Diaries was with Michael Trevino, who is Tyler on the Vampire Diaries. I kind of just kept like tweeting back and forth with him during season 1 of the Vampire Diaries, and we all know that Tyler wasn't the biggest person on Vampire Diaries, but I don't know, there was something about Michael Trevino that I was like in lust right there. He eventually followed me on Twitter, and that was really sweet of him, and I think I was like one of the only Tyler fans out there, because you know, Tyler was kind of a douchebag, nobody liked him. The first ever Vampire Diaries convention was coming up. They had done a couple like little signings, but like an actual convention. The first one was in Atlanta, Georgia, where they actually filmed Vampire Diaries. I bought everything, and the only thing that I bought was I did buy the most expensive pass. The only photo op that I bought was Michael Trevino's. I don't know what I was thinking, but I bought my flight ticket 2 days before I left to Atlanta. I've gone to Atlanta before, but like when I was little, I would spend like almost every summer in Atlanta. The first day of the convention, which was a Friday, I had to go pick up my pass. I was so excited, met a couple of people. That same day, I was like, well, the set of Vampire Diaries where you can actually go to it, where they film in Covington, Georgia. I was like, I'm pretty sure if I just Google where the address is, we can go. Where I got to see the Mystic Grill, which apparently now is an actual restaurant, which I think that is freaking awesome. I remember I also made like a vlog outside. I am like freaking out right now because it's the Mystic Grill up there, and I am seriously like a freaking crazy person right now. Yeah, it's pretty epic. Where's Damon though? Yeah, and they were looking for it, and then Damon had just been her like before they catch, what's her name? Lexi. Before they kill Lexi. So that's that area where Damon had killed them, and yeah, that's pretty much the Mystical. And then we have this area that they also have shown on TVD, if you guys can see. And yeah, it's pretty awesome, and I'm like freaking out, even though it's not that big of a deal, but to me it is. Look, like I was obsessed with the thing. I was just like, this is all I wanted to see. And we go on to the first day of when I'm gonna meet Michael Trevino. The moment of meeting Michael Trevino. We're all in line for his photo op. I was actually second in line for the photo op, and we're all getting ready, and then what happens? Apparently Mr. Trevino was taking way too long and was not ready, so we all had to leave, and I was very upset. But whatever, we all went to go eat. I couldn't eat. I don't know what it was during conventions. I just don't want to eat. All my friends were like, you need to eat something, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to eat anything. I had like 2 french fries, and that was it. They're like, you guys can all line up again. Trevino's photo op is happening again. So guys, I'm in line, definitely not first anymore, but I was more back in line with 2 of my friends, and they're like, you have to go first. And I was like, I don't want to go first. They're like, no, you have to go first because we want to see how he reacts when he sees you. And I was like, all right, guys, it's been fun. I don't think I could do this. I'm just going to leave. And my friend's like, oh, it's just Rob. Go see. So I go see, and it's Michael Trevino. And I was like, oh my God, I like totally freaked out. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really cannot do this right now. I didn't know what to do when I saw him. And I was like, he is like in 3D. And they make me go first. And I was like really nervous. I didn't know what to say. And I'm walking up, and he's like, no way, Andrea. And he gave me like the biggest hug of my life. I don't think I talked the whole entire time, but like just his face, like he knew who I was just by like seeing me go up there. I don't know how he did it, but he literally just walked up. He's like, no way, Andrea. And then he gave me like the biggest hug. He's like, how are you? Like, da-da-da. And I'm like, I'm good. I couldn't even speak, but he like knew who I was, and he said my name the proper way. And I don't know, guys, I kind of died there, and he like, it was really weird. And then we took our picture, and I was totally like, I look like I probably wanted to cry in that picture. I don't know. I don't know. But it was just, I don't know, guys. It was one of the coolest moments of my life. And he was so excited. He's really smiling in that first picture that we ever took. I was like, ooh, it was bad. Here's a video of me like freaking out. So Michael just remembered me. It was like freaking awesome. And I'm like shaking. And like my phone's shaking because of my hand. And I can't even breathe. And like he knew who I was. Like as soon as I walked in. And I can't even breathe right now because I knew who I was. And it was so, oh my God. Did you see? They all saw. What, did I look retarded?
No, you didn't. It was cute.
I was shaking. Like my phone is shaking because
Cassie gave her a hug. It was really adorable.
Right, guys. I cannot, you know, deal with the fact that I was like freaking out. So then we go on to the autographs. I handed him the whole entire DVD, and I was like, here you go. And he like opened up the DVD. He looked through the little plan flip. He's like, well, I don't really come out in any of this except for right here. So then he signed right there. So this is the first official autograph that I have from Michael Trevino. I've had this framed, so it looks pretty new, except the ridges are kind of broken in, but this is the first autograph that I've ever gotten from Michael Trevino. This may or may not be what I'm giving away at the end of the video. I gave him this ceramic thing that I made. Once I gave him that, he's like, oh my god, thank you so much. He got up and then moved out of the table, and he came up and he gave me the biggest hug and kissed my cheek, and I died. He wanted all these signs that I had made for him, so I was like, okay, I have to give these to him. He's coming down and we're waiting outside. I was like, hey Trevino, I have them for you. He's like, oh, come here. And when he said, oh, come here, all these girls started swarming at him, and I was like, I'm not trying to get in that. He's like, can you go get her? So we're right there, and I'm like, here are all the signs. He's like, oh my god, these are so cool. And he's taking time to like look at all of them, and I'm like, okay, this is awkward. And he's telling everyone about them. These girls walked by and they're like, ew, why does she get to talk to him? What a bitch. And I was like, in my head, I was like, whatever, you guys can call me whatever you want right now. And then Trina's like, oh my god, thank you so much, sweetie, for these. And he gave me another hug and another kiss on the cheek, and I was right there, my body died. So then moving on to the dance, we get to go to like every section for a little bit. And Steven is next, and Steven's like, why do you keep looking over there? Am I not important enough for you? And I was like, we can't even take pictures with you. And he's like, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. I was like, this is why your brother is my favorite. And he's like, well, heartbroken. And then we went over to Trevino's table. Trevino was talking to this girl, and I was just kind of sitting there like this, staring at him. And he turned around and was like, hey, come here. He like pulled me over here, and he's just talking to me. He's like, so how are you? Good, I'm good. He's like, I was like, how are you? And he's like, I'm good, I'm good. So we're just talking while everyone else is being ignored. And I felt so bad but he was the one who like grabbed me. And we had the next day when I was like, you know what? I want a picture with Steven, but it's only like $25 more. If I had Trevino in the picture, I was like, why not? So that is where this picture came from. I took a picture with Steven and Trevino. It was really sweet, you know, Trevino and Steven's Q&A. We kept sticking our tongues out at each other, and it was really awkward. Took his tongue out at me, and then I did the same thing, and then we did it again, and then he did it again. It was really awkward. People started turning around to where we were, and I just kind of looked away. The day of the concert, he was upstairs, and they were coming down to the concert, Desiree's concert, which is Steven's little brother, and I was waiting for my aunt to come drop off my dress. He came over to me, and I seen him, but then guys, I love Candice Accola. She's probably one of my favorites on Vampire Diaries. I saw Candice walking down, who plays Caroline. Trevino came up to me first, so he's talking to me. And he's like, so what's up? Are you going to go in there? And I was like, oh my god, is that Candice? He's like, okay, I see how it is. You're going to ignore me for her. And I was like, no, I'm not trying to ignore you. It's just, and how are you? And I just saw Matt Davis and everyone else who wasn't supposed to be at the convention there. He's like, okay, well, I got to go in there. And he gave me like a hug, another hug. And I was like, all right, bye. That is basically everything that happened in Georgia. Then moving on to when Vampire Diaries came to Moa's house. So me and Trevino had became way more better friends. Like, I talked to him a bunch on Twitter. We talked about random stuff. We never really talked about Vampire Diaries. July of 2012, I believe. When the cast of the Vampire Diaries came to me, they came here to San Francisco. Online, all I had bought was my big pass for Vampire Diaries because I wanted to sit in the front. 2 Trevino photo ops and 1 Ian photo op. That was it. Getting to the convention, I ended up buying 2 Zach ones. I ended up buying a Steven one. The night before, Trevino tweeted something like, finally touchdown in San Fran, loving this weather, or something like that. And I was like, welcome to Niner territory. He goes, I'm going to wear my Raiders jersey on Sunday. And I was like, I also bought the meet and greet with Trevino. So that was the first thing that I did that day. I was going to the meet and greet. I don't know why everyone was fighting to sit in every place. I just kind of went there and sat down. Then they put an empty chair right next to me. And I was like, out of everyone here, why next to me? You remember how Trevino had tweeted me that night before? Everyone's talking about that. They're like, he's supposed to be wearing his Raiders jersey today. And I was like, ew, I hate the Raiders. He's like, yeah, he was tweeting some girl. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. Totally tried to play it off. It wasn't me. And then he walks in. He's like, hey, everyone. He came up behind me and he like hugged me from the back. And he's like, hey, beautiful. How are you, Andrea? And I was like, because the girls were all talking about the girl that he tweeted. It was obviously Andrea. And he sat right next to me and he's like, so how are you? And he like leaned back on my chair like this. And I kept feeling him like pulling back on my chair. And I thought I was going to fall eventually. The girl next to him was like trying to get closer to Trevino so he would do that to her chair. And I was like, girl, you're like skinny. If he does that to your chair, you're probably going to fall back. During the whole meet and greet, I didn't ask a single question. But we kept having our inside jokes because people would ask him stuff that maybe I already knew the answer to and he knew that I knew the answers to. Just have like a whole little giggle fest. Like he would look at me and we would just both laugh. And I was just like, I'm not even going to say anything. He knew that I knew these things that like most people wouldn't know about him. But he knew that I knew them because he looked at me and he would start laughing. Because there's actually a certain question that he got asked, which I'm not going to say because I feel like that's more private. But, like, as soon as he got asked that question, he looked at me and, like, he made a face like, you know the answer to this. And we both started laughing. And the girl was like, what's so funny? And he looked at me, he's like, nothing. He kept asking me things about me and we kept talking, and the girl's like, so can we go on to asking you more questions? And I was like, okay. He looked at me and he was like, thanks for all your great questions. I was like, I didn't even ask any. He's like, exactly. And I was like, oh, you're being sarcastic, and I didn't get it. I had asked him too, I was like, where's your little Raiders jersey? And he had the cutest little leather jacket on. Not under here. And I was like, yeah. He's like, I didn't think it was a good idea. And I was like, good, because I didn't bring my 9-year one. So me and Trevino have to do our photo ops. I was like, I really want to do this pose. And he's like, oh yeah, sure, we could totally do that. And I was like, so what do we do for the next one? And he's like, do you have any ideas? And I was like, I don't. And he's like, I got an idea. So it was his idea for this picture, guys. I did not pick it. He like wrapped his arm around me and I was like, okay. I was like, okay, sure. So that was totally his idea. It was not mine, but you guys know that I was loving it. I sure was. So we're sitting there. If we had a Zach picture, and I had 2 Zach pictures, so I took one with me and then one with me and my friend. So Zach was such a sweetheart. He was so funny. He's like, I was wearing my Team Trevino shirt in Zach's picture. He didn't know that I had it on. He's like, oh, so I see whose team you're on. I don't want a picture with you. And I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, it's okay. I see Trevino gets all the ladies. I had this one of him in boxers, which I thought was hilarious. And then I also had this big one that I have, which I have everyone's autograph in there. And that's when I got to get Paul and Ian to sign my thing. And everyone was dying because Zach was the last one. Everyone was dying at Zach's picture in that autograph because he has a lollipop in his hand. Everyone's like, why does he have a lollipop in his hand? And they're like, oh. And there's Zach with the sucker in his mouth. Me and Paul were laughing about that. The Vampire Diaries cast are so sweet, but I feel like you just have to be very like, they're normal people and they'll be so normal back to you. I got to meet Ian Somerhalder. I got to take a picture with him. I had already met him during the autographs, but I got to get a picture with him. He is so sweet. I was so normal. I was like, hey Ian, how are you? He's like, I'm good, sweetie. I swear to God, guys, he compelled the crap out of me because I was not shy. I was totally good to take a picture with him. But he looked straight into my eyes and I was like, I also got a picture with Steven because he's such a goofball. He's so funny. He was laughing about the fact that my shirt had a zipper on it. He's like, shouldn't zipper be on pants? That's really cool though. I got to go to more autographs with Daniel Gillies. I'm not gonna picture with him, but Daniel is seriously the sweetest guy. He plays Elijah. When he's pulling out the picture of him, he's like, wait, what's this? And it's Michael Trevino, like in the box. He's like, oh my God, what did Michael Trevino say when he saw this? I was like, oh, he loved it. He was all about that. He's like, how conceited, like straight up in Elijah's voice. Then after that, I basically left the convention. I was totally loving that weekend. It was so much fun. Trevino and me just kept tweeting. Me and Trevino became really good friends, and I have to think that I'm not trying to pick favorites in any way or shape or form, but I probably am picking favorites. Trevino is my favorite guy on Vampire Diaries. He's the sweetest guy ever. Then there's my favorite lady on Vampire Diaries, Melise. I've never met her, and I really want to because she's seriously my favorite. She's kicking butt on Starcross. She made me this video thanks to my friend Christy who got it for me.
Andrea, it's Melise. I love you, and I'm very sad that you're not here. I've seen the tweets, and I need to like meet you soon, so we need to make this happen. I can't wait. Seriously, thank you for everything that you do for me. The support is just crazy, and your recaps melt my heart. So I love you, and I can't wait to see you soon.
It was like seriously the sweetest video ever. We went out to Vegas last summer. I got to go to the TVD Vegas convention. Trevino was there, but I did not go his day. I only went one day just to meet Sean Ferris, and I had an Ian Somerhalder photo op. Then I met some people that watched my recaps. They're like, I didn't think you were going to come here, and I'm surprised you're not going to be here tomorrow because Trevino's going to be here. Like, everyone was questioning why I was not going to be there tomorrow. I was like, this whole trip here was really impulse. I was in LA and decided to drive out to Vegas. And here I am right now, and I was like, I'm just here to meet Sean Ferris, and everyone's like, well, let's share a photo op. And I was like, I mean, I can share one photo op with somebody if they want to do a Tori one, so that's where I got this picture with Tori with my friend, but I got this picture with Ian. He's so sweet, guys, honestly. Sweetest guy ever. That's basically everyone from Vampire Diaries that I've met. That was definitely my experience of meeting the cast of Vampire Diaries. Sorry if this video was so long. For being such lovely viewers and watching throughout this whole entire time, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. This piece right here is just very dear to me. I'm going to be giving away a signed Michael Trevino autograph, and it's just a little plan fit from season 1 DVD. So if you guys want to win this, you just have to make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel and make sure you guys are over 18. If you guys are not over 18, just make sure you guys have parents' permission to actually win this, because I don't want to send this to somebody's house and a parent be like, what is this, and rip it up, because this is literally so dear to me and I will cry if somebody rips this up. It is the first official autograph that I've ever gotten from anyone off Vampire Diaries, and it was Trevino's. This autograph really means a lot to me. But throughout the years, I have a bunch of autographs from Trevino, and I want somebody who actually loves Vampire Diaries as much as I do to win this. I just want you guys to comment below who your favorite character from Vampire Diaries is, and it doesn't have to be Michael Trevino because that's the autograph that I give. Like, you guys can say Ian or Paul, Damon or Stefan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Honestly, guys, I love the fact that I've got to meet the Vampire Diaries cast, and if you guys can one day meet them, you know, they're there is places you guys can meet them. It's really not something that you may think will never happen. It actually can happen. I'm honestly one of those people who I never thought that I would get these kind of experiences, and it literally means the world to me. So don't forget to enter, like this video, subscribe, and ask parent permission, and to comment below who your favorite character on Vampire Diaries is. Bye everyone, love you.